Hello everybody, and welcome to this video on denial. So if you've been in a long-term relationship, a committed relationship, or a marriage even, and you've been really not happy with it for quite some time, and I'm talking about years now, for some of you it would be decades. Um, so I'm going to explain what is denial, why do people get caught up in denial, what's the impact of it and the effects of it, and how do you get out of it. So keep watching if you want to know how to get out of it. So denial is actually a very complex and pervasive condition that people get into when they are faced with what feels like an overwhelming reality, that they just don't feel like they could handle it. So it's that creeping realization that perhaps your partner has an alcohol issue. You know, you've kind of not been too happy with how he or she has been behaving when they've had a few drinks. But, you know, you've just minimized it and rationalized it away. But, you know, over the years, those kind of episodes are becoming more frequent, where you're actually feeling embarrassed and you're beginning to kind of sense this is getting quite serious, but you just don't want to face that because it just can seem overwhelming if your partner starts falling about drunk and creating, you know, mishaps when you're in social situations. So it can be, it stems from fear of and a sense of overwhelm, and that I couldn't cope with the reality of my partner being addicted to either alcohol or drugs or gambling or whatever the thing is that creates unease and causes you to constantly feel uneasy and anxious and worried, and you lose sleep at night thinking about it and worrying about it. So, so basically, people, how denial operates is through minimizing and ignoring it. When years pass and decades pass, and it's the same old behaviors coming up over and over, and other people are starting to say, oh, do you think they've got a problem? Uh, and you're saying, no, 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 it's just the stress at work, or no, it's just he's been a bit worried about things, or no, she had a difficult childhood, or whatever. And you find yourself and you hear yourself making excuses for it. So the damage that denial causes, it means that for the individuals involved in this, um, there is that constant living with the internal stress and conflict of a situation that you're not actually acknowledging, and you're glossing over, and you know in your heart of hearts this is a serious issue, and you're out of integrity with yourself, that ongoing situation does cause mental health issues, and it would not be unusual for you to be feeling high levels of stress, anxiety, or even feeling depressed. And then the depression seems to be your problem. It's a problem you've got, when actually it can be from living with a situation that is a constant source of anxiety to you. And most of that anxiety stems from a sense of ongoing helplessness. So the impact on the relationship is, if you spend years of your life and decades of your life playing a let's pretend game with a partner, there's no emotional honesty. And in fact, there's a lot of emotional dishonesty. And you cannot have a really close, connected, intimate relationship. And I'm talking emotional intimacy here with someone that you're just not being honest with. And, and it enables the person to carry on with the problematic behavior even longer. So it does have far-reaching consequences, and it has far-reaching impact on the family as well, because children growing up in that kind of toxic environment where nobody's being really honest, um, children, uh, they start to question their own judgment, they question their own perceptions. They see that there's an ongoing problem, but you are saying, oh, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. And that makes them doubt their own judgment when it's ongoing all the time. So, what do you do about it? What do you do about it? So, there are steps that you can take to get yourself out of denial. Um, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be this way. It absolutely doesn't have to be this way. But first of all, Louise Hay, the Hay House publisher founder, she used to say, you can't clean the dirt if you can't see it. And as long as somebody denies it, they're never going to clean it up or clear it up. So the first step is to acknowledge this is a real issue. It's been going on for a long time. I've been wishing and hoping it would go away. The sad truth is, wishing and hoping won't make it go away. That is the truth. Wishing and hoping doesn't work. It won't do it. You have to get honest with yourself, and you need to be willing to tolerate the discomfort of the reality that this may be an ongoing serious issue that's affecting you, your partner, and your whole family. And actually, there comes a point where you you have to commit to taking some action, one way or the other. So, and it may be it's just you changing you. This is not about you changing your partner. It's not even about you changing your family situation. It's about you changing you. It's an inside job. So this, once you acknowledge it and you get honest with yourself, then educate yourself. You have to educate yourself. To empower yourself, you need to learn about the beast that you're dealing with. And I'm not talking about your partner, I'm talking about the problem, whatever that problem is that you're not facing up to. So um, you have to get some knowledge, get some understanding, um, and in fact, you start to feel yourself getting some power because you can take it. If you've never educated yourself about it, you don't understand how the dynamics of this all works. So you have to get knowledge. And once you get that knowledge and you educate yourself and you understand what's involved, then you will quickly realize the next point, which is you need support. You can't deal with this all by yourself. So either get a therapist or a support group or some kind of professional help. Now, um, there are lots of good agencies around, like Al Anon is a really good support group for partners of people with alcohol problems. They operate a 12-step program, which is really useful and helpful. People can think of all kinds of reasons why not to go there. I'm not like that. I'm not one of those. Well, if all your best efforts up till now have got you to where you are now watching this and feeling how you feel, you've got nothing to lose and maybe a whole lot to gain by going and giving things a try. So a support group is really good. One of the things I would encourage you to do, underneath this video, you'll find a link to Rebuild Your Life. It's an online support group online. It's not necessarily meetings, but there is a group that where you can meet as well. But just to get some support and to get some understanding that other people have been in this situation and have managed to um, reach some kind of acknowledgement and some understanding about how to live their life without all that stress. So you do need to focus on self-care, taking care of yourself, acknowledging what's happening, educate yourself, get support, get therapy. It makes a huge difference, I can promise you. And, make a plan. Now, when I say make a plan, what kind of a plan? A survival plan. How are you going to um, survive the situation that you have feared that you're in? And you probably can see you are in it. How to survive. First of all, you need to good self-care. You need to make sure you're eating well, because stress can make you feel a loss of appetite. So make sure that you keep fruit in, that you can pick up a banana or orange or pear or something that when you lost your appetite because you're feeling stressed and worried. Get yourself in the support group. Um, it does reduce the stress when you realize it's not just my imagination, it's not just me. I have an issue here, and there is a way of handling it. So you do need to cultivate some patience and compassion for yourself, for your partner as well, for your family, for all of you, the situation you're in, and look at how can you, as leader in your family, how can you start to turn that around and make it better? So you have to start somewhere, and really it starts with this first step is committing to changing it. You've probably spent years trying to change your partner. Well, just stop, because you won't manage to do it. It's futile. You do not have power over other people, and admit that you haven't got that power. You can't do it. The only one you can change is you, and start to take better care of yourself. Start to get your life back and not being preoccupied and focused around your partner and wishing and hoping that everything will magically change. Denial is a very complex and pervasive force in a relationship, and you'll need to take it in stages, starting with yourself first. So acknowledging there's a problem, being honest with yourself, getting some information and educating yourself, and then getting some support either from a therapist one-to-one or a support group, or if not a local one, an online group of people who understand the problem, who are not going to judge you and actually will absolutely get what you're living with and will help you to make the adjustments you need to make to save your own sanity. So don't forget, if this was helpful for you, click like, do subscribe if you want some more videos along these lines, and sign up to the support group. It really can make all the difference. So I'd like to hear your comments below. It helps me to make more, videos and know what it is that you're dealing with and how I can be helpful for you. So, bye for now.